Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. The Saints struggled a week ago, falling back to 500 on the season. But today they'll have a chance to correct that. It's the Chiefs going up against the Saints. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former third-round pick from Colorado State. It's Garrett Grayson.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
All right, here we go. Grayson now. And incomplete to open things up. Marshall, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Now Grayson. And he's got room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope. The good things are in store here today.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback. Defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. And now for the first time, we get a look at this defense that was very stout last week.
And all they expect to do is continue what they did a week ago. Play terrific defense and not permit that offense to get started.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
From the gun, Shields. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. An update from Denver. The Broncos, they've got the early lead over the Chargers. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here we go now.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. They'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
And he just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Shields finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Shields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. He's at the 30, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. A try here for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw on 2nd down. Shields looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Frazier. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And fights through 1 man. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run the counter now on 1st down. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And that makes it 14-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Again, they were targeting Marshall there. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First down, he'll drop to throw. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Set!
They go play action here on first down. And he slides to avoid the hit. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down. He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down forthcoming.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Off the play fake. Shields looking deep now for McCoy. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down. I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
They've gone to the 2nd quarter now in Denver. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And now here comes Kansas City. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? What a really nice gain right there on 1st down.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We're back to New Orleans after this. When halftime rolls around in just a bit, we'll send you to Orlando. You will hear the dulcet tones of Mr. Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report.
Does dulcet mean good?
Yeah, it's just something that broadcasters say. It's got to be good, right?
It's got to be
you
good.
Tell me.
Well, it's got to be good if Larry's doing it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Shields, throw left side complete. It's Frazier. The 30, the 20, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. It was 3rd and medium. They popped the short pass, looking to pick up the first, accomplish that mission, and then they accomplished a lot more on that mission all the way for the score.
Let me focus in on one word you used, pop, right? They popped the short pass, and then what happened after that? They popped the big run. Because now, once he caught it, didn't have anyone else in the vicinity to bring him down, and he takes off, and he kept going. Nice gutsy call, even better execution.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They'll look to throw here. Connects with Sanu right side. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. He'll drop to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. They've gone to the second quarter now in Denver. The Broncos have got the early lead over the Chargers. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing to start the drive. Shields. His throw incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. To throw again. Shields. Throwing right, and that's complete. And a stoppage here. A timeout before this third down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Shields. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Saints haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Chiefs will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Midway through the first quarter, Shields is able to find his mark deep downfield, and 69 yards later, he'll go in for the score. Now they've got it at the 44-yard line. Grayson's throw under pressure leads to the turnover. Shepard's reading the play and comes away with it, ending the drive. Offense now with the shot after the interception. The pass ends up being picked off. Blackman's going to run it all the way back for the score. Saints go up by 3. Chiefs have it on 2nd and 5. He'll head up the middle on the run, and he'll go for a score. Chiefs go up by 4. 1st and 10. McCoy is wide open here on the catch, and after the long pass, he'll score. 3rd down from the 20. The Chiefs go up by 8. Shields is on point with the throw, and this two-play drive goes for a touchdown. The lead grows to 15. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. For the second half kickoff, let's get back to New Orleans and Brandon Guyton.
This one taken from the 7. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw. Shields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's the Chiefs punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll run it now out of the gun. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. That one good for 10 yards. And they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Let's go! 319! 319!
And a give this time to the tailback. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City 1st. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Off play action. Shields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got some space here. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I actually love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And now another one thrown incomplete. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter in Denver. The Chargers have now taken the lead over the Broncos. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half. But the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really... He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up. 4
touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
It came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They run a draw here on second down. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Gun now on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a pickup of 17 there. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Fresh set of downs here. Grayson now. Here's Sanu on the catch. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Now Grayson. Over the middle. It's incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and now it's third down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, When they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Open man is Allison, complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Ooh, I like it.
Touchdown, Saints. Point after try forthcoming. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Looking to throw. Shields. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Shields. And this is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Operating from the gun. Shields. Out out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 15 yards there on the catch and run. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And some space here. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll drop the throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And now here comes Kansas City. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, that's third down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 43 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
First and goal from the 8. And they give this time to the tailback. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. So 2nd and goal here from the 9. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. They're going to look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter. You're going. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. Whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, just was unsuccessful.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On third down, that's Stevenson, and he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Kansas City, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.